Hey, what's up? This is one of the ones I'm gonna get right into it because if you do these things over and over every month, your business will thank you forever. This is specifically for my small business owners. This is specifically for my professional service providers, my agencies, my practices, my firms, all of the people who are literally probably the highest level of subscriber for this channel. This is for y'all. I'm gonna give y'all 6 or 7. It's 6. I had like 15 things, but y'all know, over perfectionist. I got it down to 6 because I know you got stuff to do, and I'm gonna get right into it because there are so many guru tips. There are so many hacks and people who are giving you advice that don't know what they're talking about. Last time I was on stage, I said a bar, and I'll probably make a video about it, but I was like, just nowadays, it's way too much financial information being given by financially illiterate people. So I'm gonna get right into it. This is gonna be a straightforward list. I'm gonna be looking down at my notes more than normal. And before I get into that list, you know I gotta do it. I'm Albert or Albert the CPA. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe here. And my full name, Albert C. Hurston Jr., CPA, owner, founder, CEO of Right Twist Accounting Solutions. I run it with my amazing, immaculate, gorgeous, smart, resourceful, got it out the mud with your guy, wife, Lauren, and our amazing, immaculate team. And they good looking too. If you look around here, everybody good looking. We're a good looking team at Right Choice. Anyway, Right Choice Accounting Solutions is your full service, one stop shop. Everything from basic bookkeeping and tax prep to fractional CFO and tax strategy. We also wrote a book that is probably going to change the game for a lot of small business owners. I took a 300 page textbooks and crammed it into an under 100-page book for CEOs specifically. It's everything I would want a CEO to know about accounting, how to use your accounting, how to hold your accountants accountable. That's what I get for trying to talk too fast. But it's a good book and I'm proud of it. I'm normally like a perfectionist, but I'm actually proud of this work. So if you get the opportunity to grab it, go ahead and grab it. I'm talking about if you get the opportunity, you have the opportunity. Anyways, into the list. Number one, everything, you should make sure that you're checking your tax reserve, right? We always say there are like full-blown ways, like full-blown but estimated ways to estimate your taxes. The simplest one that I give people all the time, and I think it's the one that the gurus actually got okay, you want to put aside like 30% of your revenue into a tax account. Now, if you work with a company like Right Choice, we're going to give you the exact amount monthly. We're going to let you know exactly what you need to be setting aside, but you need to be putting up, I said 30% of revenue. Sorry about that. Yeah, 30% of revenue. We're going to put 30% of revenue because we calculate it so directly here that it's nowhere near that. It actually runs through the tax calculation and all that stuff. But if you need a hard, fast number, everything you get, set aside 30%. That should cover you and make sure that you're not caught off guard. Do that monthly. Your business will love you. You're going to want to pay yourself a real fixed number. You do not want to get into the game of pulling what's available because that is a cash decision that does not typically reflect true cash position. So you want to make sure you agree on a number that you can take out. You want to make sure the business that can support it. You want to make sure that when the business does more, you don't take more, because a lot of times when business does more, it actually means it costs more. So you don't need to be taking more until the dust clears on that. So number one, get your tax reserve together and make sure that you're contributing to it consistently. Number two, make sure that you pay yourself a steady amount. If you're an S corp, reasonable salary. You're single member LLC, a reasonable, predictable distribution. And if you're other business types, partnerships, distribution, C corp, anyways, just make sure it's predictable. Make sure it has a plan. Make sure it has a strategy. And you want to lock in on this every month. Your business will love you. Number three, pull all 3 key reports, not just your P&L. Pull your profit and loss, because that's going to show you your revenue, your profit, going to show you the expenses. If you are doing things at a higher level, if you exit or you actually talk with investors, going to show you that EBITDA, that coveted EBITDA, show you like your operational efficiency. So yes, P&L important. Balance sheet. Balance sheet, you need to know your cash. You need to know your cash. You need to know your cash and other assets. You need to know your liabilities, which are your loans, credit cards, stuff you owe people. And you need to understand that equity section, because a lot of people go crazy with the draws. You cannot literally go into negative equity, because that may put you in a position where you got to actually pay taxes I'm just gonna say it simply because I don't want to nerd out on you. This is supposed to be a straightforward list, but make sure you're not taking out more equity than you have, because that can create a taxable event, which means you may end up paying taxes on non-profit based revenue. So just be careful there. And if that don't make sense to you, get you a real accountant who can break it down to you. Right Choice has several of those. And the third report, we got P&L, we got balance sheet. You want to understand that statement of cash flows. The statement of cash flows is what shows you the actual movement of your cash. And again, cash is king. You already know it. So I would say create you a KPI dashboard or run your dashboard. That's going to be number 4. You need to know the key numbers. We actually dive into that in a book at a high level, but based on your business, you want to know what numbers are important, whether it's your marketing spend, how your marketing spend communicates with revenue, whether it's percentage of team spend, whether it's AR turnover. The things that make sense for you, you need to have a quick KPI board, a dashboard, so you can access that stuff, and you need to be looking at that stuff monthly. And again, business will love you. Number 5, talk to your accounting team. I want you to do a deep dive, at least one conversation every single month, at least one question, at least one clarification. That'll keep you engaged in your numbers. That'll keep your accountants accountable. That'll make sure that you're actually running your business with top of mind awareness of what's going on in your books. And I only want one. Like typically we're going to say 3, but just one. If you commit to asking your accountant one good question monthly, you will be amazed at how much you will learn about your business over the month. And finally, make one numbers based. Oh, I'm doing 2 different things. Number 6. So finally, number 6, make one business numbers driven decision. Every single time you review your numbers, every single time you go through your tax reserve, you pay yourself, you run your dashboard, your KPI dashboard, you talk to your team, you need to make one decision based on the things that you've learned, whether it's raising marketing because you're converting better, whether it's cutting team or hiring that person you've been wanting to hire. Maybe it's you cut or change how much you're paying yourself and how. Maybe you do one of these, anything that the numbers say you should do, but you should be doing at least one thing based on your numbers. You want to start there. Now, Right Choice clients, we do several every single month, because in business, everything we do depends on everything else. But I won't make this a It Depends video. I just wanted to give you the full list and one more time to roll through them. I know I just rolled through them, but number 1, make sure that you're committed to your tax reserve, reviewing that tax reserve, building that tax reserve every month. 30% is going to be the rule of thumb. If you don't have an actual team in place doing it, you're going to pay yourself a predictable, steady rate. It's not going to fluctuate with business. It's not going to fluctuate with cash. It's not going to fluctuate. You're going to set an amount. You're going to take that amount. And based on your entity type, you're going to do it differently. S corp, reasonable salary. Single member LLC, going to be a distribution. But it needs to be planned, need to be strategic. Number 3, pull all 3 reports. Your P&L/income statement, your balance sheet, and your statement of cash flows. Understand what's going on those, because those are the information you need to actually run your business. Not online guru talk, not online tax hacks, none of that stuff. Your actual numbers and data. Number 4, get your KPIs together and run that dashboard. Make sure the things that you've already determined are important, even if it's not, even if it's not just numbers based or accounting based. Get some operational numbers in there, get some sales numbers in there, but you run that dashboard. You make sure you go through those numbers every single time. Number 5, you're going to talk to your team. You're going to hold that team accountable. You're going to make them explain something to you every single month. And number 6, you're going to make at least one. It throws me off every time I'm holding up the 6 and says 1, but number 6, you'll make at least one numbers driven decision every single month. And again, your business will thank you and love you forever. So that's it. Just gonna wrap by saying, get this book. This book is really good. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm surprised by how good the book turned out, because I was worried that I would be cutting too much out, because it was 300-page textbook. And again, most CEOs are a little bit too busy to do textbooks, but I do want to draw the comparison. This ain't a framework book. This ain't like an opinion of mine. This is real accounting stuff from a CFO level broken down for CEOs. As you know, I'm both CEO of Right Choice. I work as a fractional CFO for my clients. So this is conversationally amazing, y'all, for what a CEO needs. So get that book. If you need to find it, if you can't find it around a link on this video or somewhere online, just email us at info@rightchoicefirm, and we'll make sure we tell you exactly where you need to go to get a copy. As you know, we have, or as you may know, I don't know if this is your first video. Look at me being presumptuous. Sorry. But we have recently started the By the Numbers podcast, By the Numbers, or no, it's not By the Numbers. We changed the name. It's the Real Bottom Line. Sorry about that. Real Bottom Line with Albert the CPA show. And we literally attack current. We attack current events from a numbers perspective. And the very last segment of that show is our Ask Albert the CPA section. So if you really want your numbers asked by a real Forbes featured CPA who actually has the credentials and the knowledge and won't play with your business, you can submit any questions you have about your business to askalbertthecpa@gmail.com, and you may get your question answered live on the show. And if you would love to work with Right Choice, if you want to just put all this stuff to the side and work with a team that can actually manage your one-stop shop accounting, your bookkeeping, your tax, your payroll, all of those things in one team that passes the vibe check, make the Right Choice. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. That was a long pitch, right? So like, comment, subscribe, drop anything you want in these comments. You can always shoot us an email at info@rightchoicefirm.com. And I'm going to get out of your hair. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be looking forward to talking with you soon. Have a good one.